all different times that music has been there to hold my hand and keep me safe and, fill my cup. So I really wanted to put that in this book.
And obviously, I know with books, there are revisions, drafts, and crumpled up pieces of paper. So how many revisions and drafts did it take to get us here?
I just remember that I would be nursing with one of my children. I can never remember which one. But it was those blurry early years when you haven't slept a lot, and I remember I would kind of get one of them to sleep, and then I'd just think, like an idea has just popped into my head, so I would run into the spare room and start scribbling on the desk, and I had these really big pieces of paper, and I had them then used to be Portia, and I knew that I wanted to walk them through these different songs, I wanted to say that for every feeling you have, there is a song, and then finding a song, a new song, is like finding a new friend. So that was the process of making the book, and thinking about different songs I wanted to talk about, and how I would describe the music, and my scribbling.
So obviously you're a songwriter, prolific songwriter, but writing a book is a completely different beast. I want to know about maybe a point or moment in the process that maybe you were worried or scared and really had to recall back to your why of writing this book to keep going.
I feel like I was never really worried writing it. I really believed in the characters, I thought this little girl, she really reminded me of myself when I was young. I used to look through all my dad's records when I was little. He had this big pile of 45s, and they had these cardboard covers stacked up against the drawers for the record players sat on top. And I couldn't tell anything about these records because they didn't have any pictures on any drawers. It was just these mysterious covers. So in order to hear what they sounded like, you had to put the record on. You had to actually get it out and is this what I like? So he had his records and I had my pile of put next to his. So he had loads of records and I had my own little collection of favourite songs. And that's really, how I was writing for the records on. I remember being that kid and coming home from school. I remember the sun coming through the windows in the house. And I think I'm getting really loud up here. I don't need as much wherever I'm coming from. The sun will be coming through and I could just sit there and really get into the music, and it would make me happy and it would make me feel excited. I remember loving Stevie Wonder's Secret Life of Plants and opening it up and that green cover and feeling the braille writing, trying to have this understanding of this person who saw in a different way, and feeling this immense connection to Stevie Wonder, which I'm sure everyone who knows his music will. I never would have dreamt that the song that I wrote about loving Stevie songs would be a way, for me to meet Stevie, get asked to play with Stevie. So music has been this crazy sort of highway for me that's connected me to my dreams. Whenever I sing the records on, I always have this moment of saying, I hope you get your dreams, and that is an important message in the song for me. And I really feel that I've got all the things I've dreamed of, and I feel very grateful to be in this moment, and I feel here, and talking about you. So again, thank you for that being able to be true.
So I told you this, but my absolute favorite part of this book is the relationship between Portia and Dee. And also the fact that it's multicultural. You can tell the correlations carnival, you can tell the artists that we're listening to throughout. But I'd love for you to just describe the portions of your life and how they served as the inspiration.
I have lots of people in my life that really add up to Portia. My mother has 3 sisters, my dad has 4 sisters, and there's one more half of my family. So I have, until really recently, I've had 8 aunts, and I grew up with all of them, and they were all very different different ways, but I love that relationship between Lisa and Anne and nephew. You know this woman, but she is not your mother. You know, she's mysterious, and as you get older, you learn more things about her. I didn't think you lived there for a certain amount of time. I didn't know you travelled there. I didn't know that you had this particular dream, or you could work as though she this way, or you did this, or you did that. So I love listening to stories of the modern generation. And I felt like in this book, Bea discovers that her elder has this vast musical world inside herself. And that's really what I found in my hands. They would tell me stories, they would tell me about that artist they saw, they would share songs with me, or we'd see them cooking. Or when we used to go to carnival, I loved watching them get dressed carnival, because some of them were younger than my parents, whereas they were like cool, and I wanted to be like them, but I was only 8 or 9. I couldn't go to the club, then we'd go back and watch them do their legs, and get their dresses on, and do their makeup, and do their hair, and I just thought, wow, is that what it's like to be an adult? Is that what it's like to be a woman? You just do whatever you want, go in sport clothes, critique each other's outfits. So I think everybody needs family like that in their lives, right? So I was really grateful to have that kind of family. And one for Bea to have this special woman that she gets to hang out with every single day.
I want to come back to that idea of mystery with your elder. It's like, oh, we're going to this secret place, like I've been waiting to show you, and the idea of emotional safety and intelligence. So I want to go back there. But I also want to talk about the visual style. I mean, it is incredible, from the glow of Portia's anklet as she's going to the secret place to the contrast of the shadows and the warmth of the music that come in. So what were some references that you brought to your illustrator to bring this visual style to life?
Well, first of all, I feel like you chose really well, because Gillian alone has done incredible artwork in this work. And I always loved the work when I was showing it. I love the colours, how things are magical and dreamy, and you get a lot of things of children being in nature, right? That nature seems massive and the child seems small, but somehow it brought kind of coziness and comfort to them. And I also really love that she brought this kind of magic, like every day could be magic. But she came to watch one of our shows, Jill, and I feel like she absorbed lots of things. So that was really good that she kind of brought, the clothes that my daughter wears, or how she had her hair, all this cape that I always wear. So Gillian saw us playing, and when I saw the cape that Portia wears, I thought, I know where that is from. So I really loved how she brought in the real everyday elements from her life, and I sent her pictures of the houses and like Portia's house and couch and colours to be this way, and the flowers in the garden, I wanted them to be like real flowers, Becky and Echinacea, and the tomatoes, and things you feel
And obviously, when we're thinking about, you said this earlier and it's in the book, but I just want to say it for everyone before you get a chance. Finding someone you love is like finding a new friend who shares your feelings. And throughout the book, we see a lot of feelings and a lot of colors and a lot of things, but also the music tied directly to feelings of worry, directly to feelings of excitement and dance and freedom. Can you talk a little bit about how each song that you featured in Future Records on has shown up in your life?
Yeah, I had to jump in the line and be in the book, because I remember one day coming back from Edinburgh, but my daughter was dancing with my sister, and they were dancing around the kitchen, and they were dancing to that Harry Belafonte tune, shake, 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 and I loved it, and I could see how excited Ria was to share this song with her little niece. And I could just see them both there, and I think, for those of you who have siblings, and siblings are getting on with your kids, so there's like such a nice bond, it's nice for you to get brave, all of those things, it's just a winning thing, when they get on with their siblings. and it brings out another side to your siblings that you haven't seen. So I really wanted that song to be in this sort of joyous and playful song. I wanted the Henry Mancini song in there because I love the way that it paints a circus in my imagination. I can see this elephants on parade, and I can see lions jumping through hoops on a tightrope. I really wanted the Aretha Franklin version of Bridge Over Troubled Water, because to me that song holds me and sustains me, and it's so peaceful, and I really wanted to introduce Aretha to children. And then the last song is Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. Obviously that's the first line of the record song. So that, that song is a quote from the Bob Marley song, saying, and they told me I don't need to worry, like he said in the song, don't worry about it. And I always feel when I put that song on that he has this way of calming you, something about the vibration in that song that makes you feel that all will be well and all matters and real. So I like to put that on when I'm feeling frightened, it feels like a hug. So all of those songs went into the book.
So, obviously, like you mentioned before, through Portia and Lee's relationship, there is a maturation that she's introduced to emotionally. I want to talk about that idea of not only processing and feeling your feelings and sitting with them, but I think that Portia invites me into. It's this sacred space above the stairs, So tell me about the decision to explore that relationship specifically, because like you said, the aunt is the mysterious woman with the wiry hair and the fiery clothes. You could have chosen anyone to explore that, but you chose that relationship. Can you tell me about that choice?
I really wanted it to be a grey aunt. I think that aging is a real amazing thing, right? What a privilege we get to be old, those of us who are getting older. And even though you look in the mirror and think, what is happening to me? You're so lucky, right? To still be. There's only getting older is the same as being alive, right? We should just call it still being alive. I'm personally very grateful to still be alive. And so I was thinking about older women, right? It's like, in my 40s. If I'm lucky to get into my 60s, what will I be like, It's like, I only want to be, more confident and more bold and more, in my thing, just cheesy and kind of mysterious and have plans and have the garden and be able to invite people in. I want to be, a nurturing older woman, and a magical older woman. So I guess I was thinking a lot about, what is next in your life. We're celebrating 20 years of my album. If I'm really lucky to have another 20 years of my life, what will that place be? What will it like to be a person in their 60s? Is anyone in their 60s here? You're in your 60s, you're in your 60s. So, I want to think about that and move towards it with real excitement and gratitude and just be, I just feel like there's so much, handsome energy and I should be still alive. Love having and enjoying this. So I like being around older women. I have a lot of older women in my life. My mother is 70, she's very fabulous. So I like to think of that authority that comes with that kind of age. So I like Portia as this kind of amazing, powerful, sort of confident, older woman.
Yeah, and she is I'm giving you permission. One, you're old enough now. This emotional maturity and intelligence, we can do this, but also look at the freedom it provides, But I think if we think about it at the end, she's waving off her porch, and whenever, she said, whenever you want, come put your records on. She's sending her off. And obviously 20 years of your self-titled album, which is, can't believe it's been 20 years. Okay, that's wild to think about. But you're going to be going on tour. How do you imagine you'll connect to these songs 2 decades later?
I think some of the songs I play all the time, you know, I play Put Your Records On, Like a Star, Breathless, you know, I'm going to play all these songs tonight for you guys. You know, some of the songs, but the original songs, you know, some of the songs on the album, I haven't gone back to since 2007, you know, I think they just ended up being really kind of on this beginning part of my career and didn't get to bring them with me, so I'm really looking forward to doing that tour, you know, to reconnect with those songs. And also, with, you know, with yourselves, and, you know, whoever comes to the show, I feel like some of those songs mean things to people, and I want to be able to put them in front of people and say, here's this gift, and, you know, have a connection with the audience. For me, the most important thing is connecting with the audience. So I hope you can make it when the time comes and get to hear all those things.
Last question. Did 2006 Corrine Bailey Rae think or know that she would be here 20 years later?
I think I didn't really think that far ahead, you know. I was really excited to know that there was all these different places I was going to get to go to. Someone would call me, I would go to Japan or Australia or America or Canada or South Africa or South Korea, all these amazing places. So I really was kind of in the moment of them. And I feel like in a way I really came out of that, just the wonder and the gratitude and the excitement. We've not had that much time to reflect, so yeah, I intend to stay in that moment.
Well, thank you so much for chatting. Thank you all. I'm going to get out of here so we can do what you do. And I am so honored to be in this space. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This is a kind of hybrid. Wait, I have dough. Is dough here? I just wanted to see you guys. I'm sure so. I have really, really good friends here, and I have old friends here, and I have lots of acquaintances, and then a lot of you I really recognise from different times, you know, different shows that I've done. So I really appreciate you coming. You know, I think this event is a kind of hybrid thing, right? I'm so glad there's so many young people here. I get to, you know, hang out with you guys. So feel free, enjoy yourselves. We're going to play some songs. We're in this acoustic way today. Thank you for listening to me talk about the book. And I hope for those of you who have some little ones to share with us, you can come say hi afterwards. I'll sign it. But yeah, I want to get into this mysterious music room. Yes. Let's welcome to stage Kyle Gordon on electric guitar. Billy West on piano. Just having a little conversation. I'm very grateful to be joined this evening by my dear friend who is an artist and has taken time out of mixing her record to be here. This is Melanie Charles.
respond to